Nice that, yeah, it's really nice that we get to play together. That's a big selling point for me. I love playing with Opal, and she's very creative. And we didn't do it this time, but we've done some characters for one shots where they're related or they've kind of had a symbiotic relationship. Like
we know which abilities we're going to use together, so we can combo them. And
Yeah.
maybe we can give some examples of that too, based on like people wanted to hear our character builds.
There was a high level one we did where you were a bugbear and I was a little kobold, I think, but like a child kobold who almost died of a disease, but then their parents or something.
He gained some magical abilities because he had to compensate for his lack of constitution.
Yeah, I was a warlock of the divine one, I forget. So basically I'd be like a tired little kobold until it was time for divine retribution, and then my eyes would light up like I was possessed by some avenging angel. So and I would just ride around on your back.
Yeah,
like,
I had
tired all the time.
Yeah, I had like a saddle for him to ride from, so he would just be like pew pew, shooting spells off my back while his huge bugbear would just claw everything.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. What classes do you love playing? I really love rogues. I've delved enough into high optimization concepts that I know rogue isn't the strongest class in the game. It's probably in the bottom tiers. But I just love the gameplay of rogues. I really enjoy it. I like spellcasters too. One of my favorite campaigns, RPG Storycraft, if you're still here, he ran a game for me where I was a Yuan-Ti enchanter, enchantment wizard, and that was super fun. It was a very political campaign, so I got to do a lot of enchanting people and subterfuge and that kind of stuff, and so that was a lot of fun. I really, and then I actually had quite the barbarian kick.
Have you?
Recently? Yeah, because I played a beast barbarian in Rime of the Frost Maiden, and if you saw my video all about the beast barbarian, I went deep into how much I like that and all the things you could do with it. So I guess I have this thing. I'm kind of a hipster, I guess. I tend to focus on the classes that people don't say are as good as playing a spellcaster, and I kind of try to make the most of them. I enjoy that recent thing of mine, I guess.
Yeah, I like playing rogue as well, but I really like multi-classing rogue with fighter, and I like taking the battle master subclass of fighters. There's some really cool combinations where you get advantage based on your martial ability for fighter, and so you get advantage, which means you get sneak attack as a rogue. You get to add extra dice to that, which isn't always optimized, but I always felt like it was a very good, successful build for myself and the way that I played. I've also liked playing sorcerer. I love meta magic, but I feel like meta magic is a little too underpowered at the moment. Like, you should either have more options or more sorcery points to really balance you out with the other spellcasting classes. But I love versatility. I like you being able to utilize abilities. I don't necessarily I'm more of a support, I guess, in that I like doing things that are utility wise, like creating difficult terrain for your enemies, or I don't know, like just things that can really give you an advantage on the battlefield and letting other people, hack and slash as they wish.
Yeah, you're good at that kind of stuff. I like playing support too, but you really like it. When you make up sorcery points, I think that's one reason I made a good move when I was your DM for Curse of Strahd, because she was playing a sorcerer, Clockwork Soul. You always wanted to do lots of cool things with your meta magic, but it was such a limited resource. So there was a moment of high stress where she made a big character decision where I had her like awaken greater power in her, and you just gained like a lot more sorcery points. A really simple way to make someone enjoy playing a sorcerer more. Just give them more sorcery points, and they'll enjoy that. Do we like playing any games besides D&D? If I had a bunch of neighbors who played Pathfinder or something, I'd be quite happy to play that with them. I think Call of Cthulhu, especially you, I think would be really fun.
Yeah.
I haven't played it yet. And then Dungeon World, I haven't played it yet, but it's like a rules light D&D. Part of me wants to try to get to know that, and because it has a lot of mechanics, as I've researched it, that are very narrative based, and it does a lot of the things that I've homebrewed in D&D that I really like the most. It's actually part of the system. Part of your progression as a character is based on you interacting with another character specifically. So it kind of gives you built-in goals for character development, and I think that's really cool. And I think as my kids get older, maybe a rules light thing like that would be good enough. There's some even more rules light stuff that I've seen on Drive-Thru RPG that Questing Beast has reported on and stuff and reviewed, and so I kind of keep my eye on that kind of stuff. We've also tried GURPS. I didn't like that. That's all I have to say about that.